Yo, what's up, chat? What's up? Pausecast podcast. We back with another one. When I was a child, I thought as a child, understood as a child, but when I became a man, I had to put away childish things. But not today on Pausecast podcast. We about to get into this airstrike. I did a video on it yesterday, but everybody was like, "Oh, government shut down, so the internet not working either. So if you're doing live streams, it's not gonna work." So I went up there anyway, and my shit didn't work. And shit popped up on the screen saying something. I was like, damn. But let's get into this. I ain't all my 38 years of living, chat. I ain't never seen no shit like this before. Like I only seen it in movies. I'm like, damn, they could just do that. They don't like they just for sure know there was drug dealers on that submarine, which I'm pretty sure they do. You know, it's the government. They ain't gonna do nothing before. They ain't gonna do nothing unless they got the proof of it. But what's the name of that country? Venezuela. Oh, I don't know how to talk, chat. I got a speech impediment. But Venezuela is over here trying to bring drugs to the United States. Other presidents back in the day was, they was going for it. They didn't care about it. War on drugs, Ronald Reagan, shit like that, and other presidents. They didn't really care. They act like they care. They act like they cared about the drugs coming over here. Like, woo woo. But at the end of the day, it's about the money. So they turn a blind eye, let the drugs come over here back in the day. But Trump said, I ain't going for that shit. I don't approve of everything Trump do. Like I said, I don't approve of everything Trump do or say. But the way he like, ain't no drugs coming over here. They're gonna let a little bit of stuff come over here, but when it comes to that hard drugs, probably the opiums, like the perks or some shit, they probably could, medicine. But that heroin, coke, all that stuff on them submarine buses, Trump won't go on for that. Trump said, hell no. Trump won't go on for that, Chad. This is like the seventh. Yeah, this is like the seventh, ninth strike. Like they blowing these boats up back to back.
Second hour of
I
Fox News
think they
Live.
on 9.
I'm Rich Edson. This is the seventh and latest in a series of drone strikes aimed at boats carrying suspected drugs headed for the United States mainland. Democrats and Republicans have voiced.
Y'all see that? The what's the word? That is demolished, disintegrated, gone. But one of these boats, they airstrike had 2 survivors. They messed around and had 2 survivors. Now they got them. They got them. They holding them on the Navy SEAL on the Navy boat in the jail and stuff. But damn, this shit crazy. Like they don't even see that shit coming. These niggas still taking chances. They got to be sending out decoys now. The cartels got to be sending out decoys with these submarines. Nigga even got a submarine, Chad? You got a submarine? You doing it. You doing it. You got a submarine?
Concerns about the administration's aggressive tactics in international waters. Friday, President Trump was asked if Maduro was ready to talk.
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States.
There you go. Lucas Thomas is live to West Palm Beach, where the president is spending the weekend at his Mar-a-Lago golf estate before heading back to the White House this evening. Lucas?
Well, good afternoon, Rich. Combat operations continue in the Caribbean by the U.S. military. And just about an hour ago, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth posting the following recently declassified drone footage of a 7th strike against a suspected drug smuggling boat. Hegseth says the boat belonged to a Marxist group in Colombia and Venezuela, known by its Spanish acronym ELM. I believe we have the footage of the strike right here, Rich. The State Department has put this group known as the National Liberation Army on its terrorist list since 1997. The terrorist group operates in Colombia and Venezuela and has a history of drug trafficking. Colombia's president just posted that he says this was a fishing boat that got annihilated. Hegseth says the boat was on the U.S. intelligence agency's radar for the past. Drug smuggling is also using a known drug.
Who said it was a fishing boat? Oh, no damn fishing boat.
Drug shipping route. It had drugs on board, according to Hegseth. He also said all 3 men on board were killed. There were no survivors. Hegseth also saying these cartels are the Al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere, using violence, murder, and terrorism to impose their will, threaten our national security, and poison our people. The United States military will treat these organizations like the terrorists they are. They will be hunted and killed, just like Al-Qaeda. Now, earlier on Fox News Sunday, Republican Senator Shelley Moore Capito said she supports these strikes in the Caribbean, but if it goes beyond that, she wants to see Congress more involved.
Okay.
Creators, stop paying for tools that don't really work for you. With Base 44, you can build your own the way you actually need them. Let's talk productivity.
The president is right to be attacking in terms of the ships that are bringing these deadly substances and killing.
Yeah, because it could be a lot of stuff. It could be drugs. It could be a virus, like an airborne virus type. Like, you know, they could come over here and release some shit into the government. I mean, into the United States, and we over here just letting shit go. Like, if we gonna bring some drugs into this country, y'all, we need to be bringing the drugs in our country. Like, we need to have control of that shit. We can't be letting the other countries that don't like us control our Wi-Fi, control our banks. You know what I'm saying? They can't be controlling our food. These countries don't like us. Why the hell are we getting stuff from them? Oh yeah, we're gonna test it and all that other stuff. Bull mess. And then when it comes to the illegal stuff that, you know, people don't even know about that's coming over here, we gotta stop that shit, bro, because we do not know what's on them boats, bro. They come over here and just release some shit into the United States now. We out here looking like World War Z. We out here looking like World War Z. So we gotta goddamn tighten up. Like, for real, we gotta tighten up. We got to be on everything, chat. We got to be on everything. We out here looking like goddamn, you know what I'm saying? In this movie, y'all remember World War Z? I remember this. Oh, what? See, Chad, y'all don't want to be living like this. Come on, Chad. Y'all, they come over here and release some, you know what I'm saying? Unborn disease, like airborne disease, or man, y'all know how shit. Oh, that shit could get crazy. Yeah, you know why we gonna be out here? Look. Nah, we don't want that, chat. We don't want that. Come on now. You know we don't want that for ourselves.
Killing American citizens daily. And so I support that. Any extension beyond that, I think Congress needs to be a part of that.
Now, not all Republicans feel the same way, and certainly most Democrats. Here's Senator Rand Paul earlier.
You have to accuse them of something. You have to present evidence. So all of these people have been blown up without us knowing their name, without any evidence of a crime. So if our policy now is to blow up every ship we suspect or accuse of drug running, that would be a bizarre world in which 25% of the people might be innocent.
After Israeli forces launched airstrikes in the Gaza Strip earlier after accusing Hamas of violating the ceasefire, President Trump told our own Maria Bartiromo he thinks Hamas will be disarmed.
Well, they promised they would. They said they would. It's down that they would. Now, they said they were gang members, et cetera, you know. But these are very violent people. This is a very violent part of the world. Nobody's seen violence like this. If we have to, we'll disarm
the
them.
U.S.?
Well, whether it's me or the U.S. or it's, you know, a proxy, could be Israel, with our backing. We won't have boots on the ground. There's no reason to.
Recall just a few days ago, Rich, President Trump posting on Truth Social that if Hamas continues to kill people, quote, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. Rich?
Lucas Tomlinson live for us. Lucas, thank you. Let's bring in Michael Allen. He's the former national security official in the Bush administration. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
What in the world is going on in Venezuela?
Well, the president is ramping up activity significantly. We saw news that
Venezuela. The drugs come from Venezuela. So right now, Trump is beefing with the leader over there. Like, nigga, keep that shit over there. I know I got a speech impediment, chat. Venezuela. That's real.
this week of a possible covert action program from the Central Intelligence Agency. And we've also seen military buildup across the region. They are setting the theater with all sorts of new firepower. So it may be that the president is considering a 1-2 punch. The CIA in on the ground with air cover from the United States Air Force and others. So this is a hot, hot area, and the president's taking it really, really seriously.
In the
Damn. Disintegrated, unclassified information.
region, there is a very long history of CIA and regimes, and it's something that is not viewed very well down there, and a history that they remember. Is this something that could...
If you have a gun for self-defense, you need to hear this to avoid making a mistake that could land you in jail, or worse. I never thought I'd get locked up and charged with murder.
I don't know if the people over there is innocent, but y'all, they know what they
rally people behind Maduro?
They know what's on.
It's possible because of that history of the United States sponsoring all sorts of coups d'etats down there over our history. But I think in this case, the president is more motivated by the fact that he sees the drug cartels like President Bush saw al-Qaeda after September 11th, 2001. The old criminal paradigm is not working. Have to get more aggressive with intelligence and special operations type strikes. And so I think he's trying to introduce to the country and to the world that this is a new way of business and we mean it.
Do you think these strikes have been successful, or is it too early to tell?
It's probably too early to tell. I think it is a great deterrent effect that comes out of striking these 7 boats. They'll be less inclined to do that again, but they're very resourceful. We saw news that they use a submarine, they have overland, they probably have different types of air cargo going northward too. The cartels are not going to give up. They know what they're doing. They're great at logistics and delivery.
They're great at logistics and delivery. But another thing too, why it's not going to stop, they don't mind, you know what I'm saying? They don't mind sacrificing their people for the bigger agenda. The bigger agenda is that money. Get that shit over there. And then if the bigger agenda is bigger than the bigger agenda is to destroy America, nigga, they gonna keep trying. They don't care about killing their people to try to get to us. If that's the case, if it's just really drugs and stuff like that, then whatever. They still fucking up their money. So this goddamn, it's gonna be some stuff, Chad. It's about to be some stuff.
You will. So we'll have to stay really on top of this to have a lasting effect.
What do you think changed between the first Trump administration and the second? There was some reporting that perhaps the president backing the opposition in Venezuela, Maduro was still there, that maybe that was a bridge too far. But here it seems like his focus again is on Venezuela.
Yeah, in the first term, I think ultimately we were all disappointed that the embrace of the opposition leader Juan Guaido didn't lead to anything tangible inside of the country. I think the president's probably learned from that lesson and says, I need to get more kinetic. I got to be more forceful if I want to affect a better and broader change across Latin America.
Man, this just showing me that I could be out, I could be out in the ocean and somebody's still watching me. Like you could be anywhere in the world and somebody is still. We already know that, but dang, that's crazy to me, Chad. This is crazy to me. Even if they is like, even if they is criminals and stuff like that, I'm just looking at like, they was chilling that day. They was just like they don't even think. They probably know about the airstrikes because it said this is your seventh one, but the first one, think about the first one, like they can't even think. But think about just you probably somebody probably caught it at the last moment, like what the, and boom, you know what I'm saying? Like damn, nigga was just chilling. Or somebody was in the bathroom. One of them submarines was big as hell. People in the bathroom, just one instant, gone.
America.
Now, we went down there in 2018 and saw the people coming over from Venezuela on the bridge into Colombia for food, for medicine, for water. I mean, the humanitarian conditions in Venezuela are awful, and you can largely trace it back to the guy who's in charge there. How much can things change if there is a new government there?
I think significantly. It's absolutely abysmal down there. People worry about human rights, but this is basic human dignity, way these people are able to live. And when they can't advance, then that's the type of guys that will eventually join up with drug cartels out of desperation. So I think over time, we've got to just fix this cancer in the hemisphere, and I think over time it'll be a broader salutary effect for the United States.
Yeah, we didn't like Chavez, we got Maduro, and now who could possibly be next? There's always the danger that what comes next isn't better, right?
Sometimes it's worse. And so I think we've got to be really, really careful. By the way, that might be why they have the CIA in there a little bit. We want to be able to work with some networks inside the
Why won't they do the aliens like this? Like if we really got aliens, why won't they do the aliens like this, Chad? You know what I'm saying?
country, figure out whom the future leader might be. Maybe support them financially, maybe support them with some weapons. And so that we don't quite know what's going on, but that's part of CIA's playbook.
The president says that Maduro's offered everything. Does that mean that there's no deal to be had here between the U.S. and this current regime there?
It sure sounds like it. I doubt that he's offered what the president really wants, which is for him to step down or to totally get out of the drug trade. I'm sure he's insisting, oh, I'll get out of the drug trade, but I don't think Maduro's trustworthy.
Michael Allen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will.
Yeah. So I'm talking about, Chad. That airstrike, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my 38 years of living. I had to come hear y'all thoughts on this. Give me y'all thoughts in comments below. Tell me what y'all think about Trump's decision on making the air striking people before they come over here. Is it a good idea? Is it not inhuman? Like, is it inhuman to do that stuff or what? Like, what y'all tell me what y'all think? I already told you my opinion. Like, it's sad, but we can't take no chances, man. We can't take no chances, America. America, we cannot take no chances. Or we're going to end up like World War Z. Pausecast Podcast, over and out.